Hi, everyone. I'm Rhonda Head, your host for Indigenous Super Stars, and I want to welcome you all this evening. It's a pleasure to be back with you. I have a really awesome guest as usual this tonight, and I just want to let people know that we're streaming live on my Facebook page, on my Facebook fan page, on my Twitter, and the handle is Rhonda_Head, and on my YouTube channel. So if you want to subscribe, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll get to see the other artists that I've already interviewed and any upcoming artists that I've interviewed. I also want to give a shout out to Social Distance Powwow, who they have now started letting me upload the interviews that I've been having with musicians. So I want to thank them for supporting our Indigenous musicians around the world. Hi, hi. The other exciting news I have is that Indigenous Superstars is now a trademark. So I'm really happy. So no one can steal my Indigenous Superstar name. Yay. And just people are already tuning in. Hi, welcome this evening. And I want to read the bio of my awesome guest. I'm really excited that my next guest is Barbara Mcalister. She's a dramatic mezzo soprano from the of Cherokee Indian heritage. She began her operatic career as an apprentice with the Santa Fe Opera Company in New Mexico and Central City Opera Company. After Santa Fe and Central City, Barbara went on to perform with the Washington Opera Company, the Cherokee Heritage Center, the Arizona Opera, the San Diego Opera, the Tulsa Opera, Florentine Opera, New York Grand Opera, and Opera New England. Her music theater career began with Dallas summer musicals during the summers in university. Miss Mcalister's Los Angeles voice teacher was Lee Sweetland, and in New York it is Steve Sweetland. Miss Mcalister's international career was launched when she won the prestigious Lauren Zachary competition in Los Angeles. She was subsequently engaged to perform the dramatic mezzo-soprano repertoire in opera houses in Germany. Please welcome my guest, Barbara Mcalister. Hi, Barbara.
Hello.
How are
Hi,
you?
Rhonda. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy to see you again.
Congratulations on your show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I just want to let the audience know that how we're connected. When during my career and I'm still learning with my voice, I found the amazing Barbara Mcalister, and I got to go and study with her in Muskogee, Oklahoma twice. So it was really exciting for me to study with you and to also perform at your recitals that you had. So that's how I got connected with the amazing Barbara Mcalister, and then I've been a fan, and you've been a great mentor to me.
Well, thank you. I'm proud of all you're doing. You're accomplishing so much. And congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks to you with some of your
And
mentorship.
you're also good with technology, which I'm not. So see how this goes from my end with no Wi-Fi here. So
Yeah,
but it's
hopefully it will kick out. So I have a couple of well, I have a lot of questions for you. So how did you get inspired to get into music?
my father was a medical doctor, but he was trained during high school as an opera singer. And when he went to medical school, he was helped pay his tuition at University of Nebraska by singing in a German church. So he became fluent in German. And my mother was a pianist and started a stamp magazine called the Fine Arts Philatelist that went all over the world. So I grew up hearing music. There was a period of time that I rode barrel racing and rodeos, so I heard the country music that I enjoyed also. And I think it's good for young people to be introduced to all kinds of music, all genres. And then
Exactly.
when I was 13, I there was a lovely lady in Muskogee with a gorgeous voice, and I remember I went up to her and I said, "I would like to sing as beautifully as you do." I said to her. Her name was Jean Parker, and Jean became my first voice teacher. So uh, I just went on from there. I've not quit studying since I was 13, and I'm now a Cherokee elder who is not supposed to be teaching as of since March 18th. The tribe tries so hard to protect their elders, and I'm a citizen of the
Wonderful.
Cherokee tribe, so I have to pay attention to what they tell me,
That's right. That's
sort of.
wonderful. You gotta keep care. We gotta keep care of our elders, and we gotta, and you, especially you, you're such a gem for us.
Well, I'm in great health, and I'm ready to do what I'm here on earth to do now is teach, and I love it. I'm so blessed by my students. I've had many, and they're receiving scholarships. It was my idea, along with Dr. Neil Morton, and the when I was first hired, it was Chief Chad Smith, and then we had Bill John Baker, and now we have Chuck Hoskin, Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr., and they've all been amazing patrons of the arts. And I suggested, why can the students should be free of charge? And so the tribe pays me. All of the students that I accept into the program are free of charge. They don't have to pay any money. So I think it's
That's
been a
great.
wonderful, successful program, and maybe other tribes can do that.
That
But
is
that's
wonderful.
how I got into music long ago, and I I started out really in music theater, in summer stock theater, and Dallas. What you were saying, Dallas summer musicals, Sacramento Music Theater, and I just always sang and studied hard, and it's a lifelong study, Rhonda. It's not
Oh,
just
yeah, it is.
10 years or whatever, but it's forever, and we're
Yeah,
always learning.
yeah. I totally
Mhm.
agree with that. I'm always learning too, and it doesn't stop. It's just got to keep doing it for sure, and then learning new repertoire as well.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
wanted to ask you about the award that got you um, that jumped your career into the opera scene. Can you tell us about that award and how you prepared to tell us
You
about the
mean
contest, the one
the
that you won,
Zachary, the
the one you
Zachary
the one you
Award?
won in Los Angeles. Yeah,
Uh, well, I was studying with Lee and Sally. First, I graduated from Oklahoma City University in music and voice, and I felt there was still a lot for me to learn, so I decided I would go to Los Angeles, and divine providence brought me to Lee and Sally Sweetland, and they brought out the Wagnerian Verdi voice and um, conquered the rest of my shyness. I think many performers have a shy side to them, and
definitely.
once you get into the acting of it, of the role that you're doing, uh, it helps you overcome that because you become the character that you're portraying. Um, so I auditioned for the Zachary, and I didn't get in the first year. So my voice teacher Lee always said, "Never give up. Go back again." The second year is when I got the I think it was first prize. It was not the grand prize, but the first prize, which paid my trip to Germany. So I got to Germany and I got sick. So I decided I would go visit the one human being I knew in Germany, who I had met in Santa Fe Opera. She was an apprentice. Lo and behold, there was an opening in her uh, at her theater in uh, Koblenz, Germany, and I auditioned and I got the job, and that's how my career in German repertory theater. So you have to sing anything, everything they give to you. It can be a small part, it can be the leading role, it can be Carmen, it can be Anina in La Traviata. Just be prepared for everything. And so you work from 10 until midnight, basically every day, except summer. So that helped me build my strength as an opera singer because you have to sing like people go to work all day. We have to go to work all day and into the night, um, and go home and get up the next day and do the same thing. And it was just the incredible experience. And then I decided I had not been to New York, so I decided I would move from Europe, where I lived for 11 years, to New York. And in Germany, you're in what's called repertory theater. So you're paid every year. You might sign a year contract, 2-year contract. So you're pretty well set. And when I got to New York, I didn't realize you live by guest appearances. That's the hard part. So you're always searching for the next job. And it's called having faith in the grain of a mustard seed. You just have to keep going, and you realize you do auditions and there are 50 other people waiting at the door to come audition for the same part, and you
Wow.
just say, well, may the best person get it. So there's no reason to be jealous of anyone. It's just the best one gets it. Or also a little politics. If you know so and so, you might have a better chance. If you have a better agent, you might have a better chance. Um, so I learned a lot in New York about having great faith in the good Lord. He provides, right?
Right, that's right.
So
That's right. So, I wanted to ask you, how many do you speak other languages fluently?
German fairly fluently, Italian enough to get by, French, I read French, but you learn to sing in whatever language, but you study that in college. So you study French pronunciation, German pronunciation, Italian diction. I never studied Russian. And toward the end of my career, I auditioned for the Metropolitan Opera chorus. And I was already 60 or something like that, around 60. And one of the operas that we did was Boris Godunov. So I had to sing in Russian. I'd never sung in Russian. And one of the Met colleagues gave me a cassette tape of every word, in a long opera. And I managed to get it memorized just in the nick of time. But that's a
That's
difficult
awesome.
language. But the
That's
others you
incredible.
just learn, and you have to be able to speak German in Germany to get along with your colleagues. So,
Right.
and I did one Italian opera. It was in France, but the two gentlemen, the tenor and the baritone, were Italian. So I managed to do a lot of the rehearsal in the Italian language. So uh, it's a beautiful language, but so is German. And I did a lot of all my operas in Germany were in German. So
That's
if
awesome.
you're
That's
doing a
awesome.
German operetta, you better be good at pronouncing the words. Otherwise, somebody from the audience comes up afterwards and said, you mispronounced such and such a word. So
Right.
you have to be very good. It's called Hochdeutsch, the highest German. You must sing.
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. So,
So
what was your favorite opera role to perform?
probably Cavalleria Rusticana, the role of Santuzza. The staging was beautifully done and very poignant. And then, of course, Azucena. I loved Azucena in the opera, Verdi opera Il Trovatore. Uh, and one of the productions I did was in Hong Kong, 9/11. I was there. And we were rehearsing and got a telephone call. There had been an attack on the on the World Trade Center. Didn't know at the time what it was. Um, and we were thinking we're going to have to live the rest of our lives in Hong Kong because there were no return flights for a while. But so Azucena and her love of freedom. Carmen is another one who loved her freedom. I and I sadly only did 12 performances of Carmen. I played my own castanets and learned the dance and the castanet from one of the ballet people. And
Nice.
so it was fun. Great role. But
Yeah,
Azucena
I love Carmen too.
and Santuzza, those Ortrud in Lohengrin. I loved Wagner singing Wagnerian roles. And Ortrud is a very high uh, mezzo dramatic. It's called Zwischenfach, that you're kind of in between soprano and dramatic mezzo, but you have to get all the high E's, F's, just knock them out. And I loved doing that every day. So uh,
Oh, that's awesome. So can you tell us what you were doing in you went back home to your home community, right? You're back home
uh,
and Muskogee is your
I
home
moved.
community?
Yes, I moved from New York City, May 2009, and I had no idea what I was going to do here. I had started teaching in New York. I had four students. One got an agent, the other one wanted to learn to sing to play his own music. And he's done that, and he plays in New York City and sings piano, plays piano. But I moved back to Oklahoma to the Muskogee and decided I would go talk to somebody at the Cherokee tribe and met Dr. Neil Morton, whose daughter is now at Oklahoma City University in her junior year, Caitlin, and big scholarship. She's a brilliant lady and just beautiful voice. And she was one of my first students. And so I'm very proud and of all the ones that are going to college or getting scholarships out of
That's
the
cool.
group I've been teaching. So I've really loved it and feel blessed every day to be able to help my tribal citizen young people. I have one who came to me he was older, a beautiful baritone voice. And so he'd studied a couple of years and he's now with Tulsa Opera. And then two of mine just got into the Tulsa Youth Opera Saturday. So
That's
um,
incredible.
several
That's
years ago, I had six in Tulsa Youth Opera.
that's
And
awesome. Those are great
so
stats.
they're doing great. I'm really proud of them.
You should be. Wow, that's amazing. You're doing amazing work.
I love doing it, and I find it's amazing the talent that lurk in the Native American tribes, and I think it's that more and more talent will emerge. Of course, it started long ago with in my tribe. Well, not my tribe. Chickasaw was Teata. Then the Cherokee Creek had Chanina Blackstone back in First World War, who went to Germany with the composer Cadman So she was from nearby. And a friend of mine in Germany is now composing songs for my students, and based on poems by Alexander Posey, who is a Creek tribal member. He's passed away age 34, sadly,
Mm.
but he's from Eufaula, was from Eufaula nearby. And it's strange to have a friend in Germany writing songs based on Native American poetry, and he had them in German, has translated them to English for my students.
Oh, nice.
So my students sing in any language put in front of them, and including their own. It's
That's
Cherokee language.
incredible.
So
That's so incredible. I'm so proud of all the work that you've done, and I'm so fortunate and blessed that I got to meet you and study with you for a few days each time I went to Oklahoma. And you're such a gracious host, and I hope to come and study with you again soon when COVID is over.
yes, it's put a damper on things, hasn't it? But then
Yeah,
you became innovative and started this program. So new things are emerging out of this horrible pandemic, new ways of thinking, which you've done. And I'm proud of you. And you sang beautifully on the recital that's been quite a few years ago, at least within the last 9, I guess. Um, and so I thank you for coming all this way and working with me. I hope I was a little help.
you are a
Uh,
big help. I learned so much from you, and I have so much respect for you. And like I said, you're one of my mentors, and I hope to come back and study with you again someday. And Liz from Minnesota says that someone should write that paper and publish it in the Opera Journal. What you were just talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah. So hi, Liz, and I just want to say
Hi,
hi to the
Liz.
other people signing in. Sylvia James from Winnipeg and Kami Mayamo Linklater. She's from Saskatchewan and she's an up and coming classical singer as well. And she approached me a few years ago, and I gave her some advice on to go to lessons to start learning technique and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but she has a real beautiful voice too. And Mary Graham
Wonderful.
from Winnipeg and Marion from northern Manitoba, that's way up north in Thompson, and my friend Galen from Saskatoon, or I believe, or Saskatchewan, and my friends from Winnipeg and Vanessa, she's up in I believe she's in northern Manitoba too. Oh, and Timothy Longus says, hello, Barb.
Hi, Tim. I was just going to talk about Tim because of something that's being done in Toronto. There's some opera being done in Toronto, and I think Tim was involved in that.
Okay,
Um, Timothy's a smart man at Eastman School of Music. They're lucky to get him.
that's awesome. Yeah, Timothy, I just want to say that Barbara has mentioned your name to me before, and I would love to meet you at some point, and I would also love to get you on the show to interview you as well. So I'm glad that Barbara
Yay,
she
Tim.
spoke
He would
she
be
spoke
great
highly
to
of you.
interview.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to interview
Plus, he's
you,
good
Tim.
looking. He, he's good looking.
He like that. But yes, I would love to interview you and get you on the show as well. Uh, but it's been so exciting. Oh, he says, same here. Barbara is my greatest agent. Ah, that's so awesome. And you know what? It's great. I'm really looking at all the audience tuning in. Liz is from Minnesota, and she's also a classical singer, and
Hi,
and uh,
Liz.
and that one from Saskatchewan too. That's pretty awesome. And then Tim signs on, so it's great. It's been a great evening, and and Barbara shared some really incredible stories and memories of her incredible journey in the opera world. So, where was your favorite place to live when you were performing?
Mm. Well, I enjoyed Bremerhaven. I think wherever I was, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even New York City, because I spent 20 years in New York, and singing from there. And but Tim put LOL, which reminds me they're singing. There's so many funny things that happen when you're on the stage. Uh, it's funnier when it happens to somebody else, not you. But I think opera is so serious that the dramatic operas are so serious that when something goes wrong, it's like when I was little, I would be in church and something would it would make me laugh, and I would get in trouble. But it's that kind of feeling when you're in church and you know you're not supposed to laugh, and you can't laugh, and it is so painful. Uh, like one story of Carmen. Uh, After she died, she was lying on the floor, and somebody behind the stage tickled her foot. So you saw her kind of jump. Um, and I remember I was playing my own castanets as Carmen, and the premier, the lady who taught me the castanets, did not say that if they get any perspiration on them, they won't play. So I had put them in my décolleté, and of course, being a premier, I perspired just a little bit. So I took the castanets out to play for the castanet dance. I think it was the left one that wasn't working, but the right, so there would be no noise, and then on the castanet. The conductor looked at me like, "What has happened?" And so he pointed to a guy in the orchestra to play the castanets. Um,
Oh, yeah,
so
you gotta be
things
quick,
like that
right?
are very, very funny in a way after they happen when you're off stage later.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's great. I love
So we're gonna
opera.
play. I'm gonna show a video of one of the roles that you played. So
Ulrika,
yeah, I'm gonna bring that up here, and we'll
like
just.
the Un Ballo in Mascara in Central Park, I almost sat down on a possum backstage. This one. There was a possum backstage.
Oh my goodness.
That's New York Grand Opera, Vincent La Selva conducting.
Okay, I had to take it down because I was hearing from our guests that we couldn't hear it from your Facebook site. So I'll if you guys want to hear her sing, you can go check out her Facebook page. Or is that
And hear the
on YouTube?
battle. It's on my
Is it
website. You can hear the Battle Hymn of Republic and Timothy Long at the piano, Dawn
okay?
Avery cello.
So is any of
Um,
your music on iTunes? I mean, YouTube? Can we find any of your videos on YouTube?
yes. Hmm.
Okay, was that one that we
I
just
don't
that
have
we're
too many videos. I don't think.
okay.
I think that's on YouTube.
Okay. So do you have anything a cappella that you could perform for us?
What?
A cappella? Can you do
What?
anything a cappella?
I was not forewarned. That's about it. I haven't vocalized it. Um, no.
Okay. Okay,
Tell them to
okay, I
look
just shared
on.
the link. I just shared the
I wasn't
Facebook link.
forewarned.
Okay, that's okay. I just shared the link of that video that we were just watching so people can go and check the link out of
And
the
there's the
song that
Battle
we're
Hymn of
listening to.
Republic
Yeah.
and a Götterdämmerung. I'm not
Okay.
swearing. It's Wagner's Götterdämmerung, where I ride a horse.
Okay. So
That's a fun one.
so where can we find your music or where can we learn more about you? You said you have a website?
I'm sorry, what?
You have a website?
Yes. Uh, I have several. www.barbaramcalister.com is one. And I think if you put in my name, there's several places. Um, see, I was inducted into the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame. So that's the Battle Hymn of Republic, you see. And Tim was the guest of honor who gave me my award. They
That's
flew Timothy in.
incredible.
And
Congratulations.
then I got a key to the city,
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh,
key to
that's a
the
huge
city of
key.
Muskogee. I received the Governor Arts Award, the Governor Arts Award for the state of Oklahoma. It helps to get old. So this is his Governor Arts Award
You earned all those awards, Barbara. Your singing is
and the
incredible.
Music Hall of Fame. And this is
Wonderful.
living legend, living. So yes, I'm still alive.
Yay. I'm glad you're still with us in the world.
My tribe is doing their best to protect
And
us
it's good that
elders.
they're doing that. That's
But there's
wonderful.
so much talent in the Native American communities, and um, so I hope everybody will watch for the talent and help support talent among our tribes.
Yes, that's very, very important that we
Hmm.
keep our knowledge and pass it on to our youth and share and watch them foster in music industry as well. And I want to thank you, Barbara, for spending time with us this evening, and thank you for getting to know
Thank you.
the technology. I know we had trouble with it, and I'm glad we got it going.
Thanks for
And
your patience. But wish
of course,
everyone the best in their careers and always follow your heart. Don't let anyone say you can't do it.
that's right. And I'm gonna post the video that video that we just watched on the Indigenous Superstar webpage and on my iTunes channel. So people want to hear your voice. So I'll put that up on all the social media platforms of Indigenous Superstars. So thank you so much. Yeah. So thank you so much for spending time and sharing your journey and your
Thank
wonderful,
you, Rhonda, and
amazing
come visit
career. I will. I want to
anytime.
come visit. I'm going to be so busy traveling the
Absolutely.
whole year visiting everyone, and you're on the list.
Thank you so much. God bless, and may everyone stay well.
Yes.
Wear the
Yes.
mask.
Yeah. Yes. Stay safe. Stay healthy, Kasagitan. And
Thank you.
I'm working on my next guest tomorrow. I gotta confirm with him to make sure that we're still on. So I'm not gonna announce it till I get a confirmation from him. So with that, I'm gonna wish everyone a good night and stay safe, stay healthy, and kasagitin. Hi hi.
Donadago ha'i. Auf Wiedersehen. Till we see each other again.
Oh, kitam kiwapmitin. That's how we say it.
Wado.
Until we see each other again, or we shall
Wado.
see each other again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
God bless.
God bless.